engage, reflect, laugh, get comfortable, be you, relax and chill, sweatpants and coffee chat, freshly brewed, nice and hot, come sip, let's chat. Hello, friends. Welcome back to Sweatpants and Coffee Chat. So we're super excited to be here with you for yet another episode. And today's episode is entitled
21 Risky Questions.
That's right, 21 Risky Questions. So today, Lex and I will be asking each other a series of questions that we pulled from you. And we have them here. I have never seen the questions. I have no idea what's on here. I have no idea what she's going to ask me.
And I have no idea what she's going to ask me because I just swapped the cards real quick. We swapped the cards and we got what we got. That's it.
You get what you get and you don't get upset.
We'll see.
All right, y'all. So 21 risky questions from you asking us a series of things that one may deem risky. So let's get into it. I don't know what y'all got to say just yet.
We'll see.
All right.
Who wants to go first? You want to rock, paper, scissors that?
Or all right, let's do it.
Okay, rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I cut you.
Oh no! Scissors, cut, paper.
That's it.
I was trying to consume your whole head.
Yeah, you was, but that's not going to happen. All right, first question. Ready?
Ready.
Okay. What would you do if you won the lotto?
So I am certainly of the mindset, I think even if I was rich, I might live, not like I was broke, but definitely very conservative. And so for me, if I won the lotto, I would certainly ensure that all my financial goals were met. I would certainly get into some philanthropy and any passion projects, things that I may want to sponsor. I would ensure my family is set up, and I would ensure I am known to be auntie, godmommy, all of, the whole concept of like mother of many nations. And I would absolutely make sure that all of the young people who are under my mentorship or under, my love were, set not only just academically, but just in terms of their making sure that they're set up for wealth, right? So whether that means, various trusts,
that's great,
college and things of that nature.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
All right. What was the most significant place you ever went, and how did it change you?
I have to say, when I went to Colombia, it changed my life because there's parts of Colombia that is very resorty and touristy and beautiful, and obviously, and then there's parts of the world that they don't even have electricity. It's a third world country there, and so they are still carrying buckets of water and doing things during the day because they don't have any electricity. So it humbled me in a way in which made me so grateful. Obviously for what I have, but that place makes me feel as if be very grateful for all that you do have, because literally across the street there is somebody who is suffering way more than you. Excuse me. And they just still greet you in such a way. They're still so nice, and they make little bracelets for you, and it's just a way of life there. So I really think that place was a beautiful, humbling experience.
That's awesome. I had a similar experience in Cuba. Same thing, on one side of the street there, it looks like Fifth Avenue of New York City, and on the other side, there's no electricity. People are hanging their clothes right off the bat. It was just amazing how
right
across the street, literally, you look left and look right, the difference. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Next question is there anything you would change about your life?
I would not change anything about my life. I am absolutely big on live with no regrets. I think that I would adjust my judgment, but I think that is growth, right? So my whole philosophy and point of view on life is all about transition and moving from one space to the next. And so I certainly feel like experiences that we have or things that we have endured or experienced or lived, however you wish to look at it, it just allows you for growth to move forward. I would not change anything about my life. When I identify something that I do not like, my goal is just to do better next time. So I'm of no regrets. I would not change anything about my life.
That's good. I like that.
I would not change anything. All right. What is something that you like to do that other people would not probably know about you and that they may even consider weird?
Oh, man. Okay. So
tell the truth.
I'm gonna tell the truth, all right? The whole truth and nothing but the truth, all right, guys? Okay. So Mason's asleep, right? And that is when I get to have my me time, right? Mm-hmm. So I take a nice hot shower or whatever, right? Sometimes I will get some semi-dressed with undergarments only.
Okay.
And I will stand in the kitchen and eat peanut butter crackers standing up in the kitchen in the dark. And the only thing there's no noise. There's no TV on. There's no nothing. And I like to take crackers and peanut butter and take peanut butter, put it on the cracker, and then eat it standing up in the kitchen. And it's nothing on. Maybe candles are like lit or whatever, but that's it. And then I brush my teeth and go to bed.
What? Okay, wait. But what's the significance with the underclothes and the peanut butter?
I'm at peace at that point, right? So I took a hot shower. I put on garments. Like I usually have like a sports bra, and like boy shorts on or whatever. And then I walk to the kitchen. Candles are still lit.
Have your gluttonous moment.
I have like maybe I'll get water, and then I literally sit and cracker and peanut butter and just eat. But I'm standing up. I don't sit down. I'm not relaxed. I'm just sitting there eating crackers. And then when I feel like I'm ready, I pack everything out and I go.
Okay, I did not know that, folks, and
that's why everybody thinks it's probably.
I'm not even gonna blow her up with what I thought she was gonna tell y'all, but it's okay.
No, it's okay.
I won't tell nobody. It wasn't that,
but it's plenty of weird things that I do that other people would think is really weird. So I don't
think that's weird. I just didn't expect
I'm doing it in the dark. I think that I'm doing it in the dark.
She's hiding. She's hiding from y'all.
And I'm semi-nude at the same time. So I'm like, is this weird that I'm eating crackers semi-nude in the dark with candles on by myself? Like, it's just kind of weird. I think somebody would find that weird. So I was like, let me just do that. There's plenty others, though. But I'm a weird.
So part 2, we'll find out when do you tell the man that you're with that you do these things. But anyway,
let me just
moving on.
I do it, and hopefully he just, enjoys himself, We eat peanut butter crackers together, hopefully.
What if he doesn't eat peanut butter?
Oh, man. He'll have the jelly. Let's hope he likes jelly. Right? He'll have crackers and jelly.
I'm done.
Anyway, we're moving on.
Yes.
Enough about me.
No problem.
Okay. No. If you had to choose between going naked or having thought bubbles above your head for everyone to read, which one would you choose?
Oh, I would go naked, hands down. I don't think anyone wants to. I am a creative, and I tell people all the time I'm very abstract. You do not want to know what goes through my head, how I arrive at the final product, right? Or like when I wake up in the morning, the things that go through my brain before I physically get out of the bed and actually start my day, like how I prepare myself, like how I think. And then
No, in front of people too, though. Like then you're in front of people.
Yeah,
they would see all of your thoughts.
They wouldn't even want to see what goes through my mind when I just wake up in the morning, like how I process my day before I like get up and I make the decision to like make a move.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
Going naked, huh?
I would absolutely go naked.
You would go naked even if it wasn't an option.
Listen, they didn't ask me the question I had to ask. It's my business, but. I'm very comfortable with myself, with my body, whether I'm in my best shape or not. And I just don't have any reservations or issues with like the human body, with sexuality, things of that nature. So I would absolutely go that route before, because that requires a level of vulnerability in terms of like someone knowing everything that you're thinking.
That's a fact.
And I'm like a total unicorn. Like, so I'm all over the place in my thoughts sometimes before, like I may appear very good. But there's definitely a lot going on up there. So no, I don't need people to see.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. All right, your turn.
All right. What could someone do to make you feel special or thought of?
Oh, that's a good question.
Tell us.
I love a sentimental thing. So like, buy me flowers, write me like literally handwrite me a note. Maybe leave it on my car, leave it on my door when I walk in the morning. Even leave me a note on my, like my mirror when you leave in the morning. Just little sentimental things would completely make my day, make thought of. Oh, and then the random text throughout the day. I love that. It was not prompted. You're just saying, hey, honey, I was thinking of you. I miss you. Like, I love the little things. So those things mean everything. And then flowers. I think the significance for flowers to me is like, I'd rather have the flowers when I can smell them rather than when I'm in the ground. So flowers to me is like, you appreciate me, you thought of me, especially if they're my favorite flowers and you really put in thought of them. And I love the smell of flowers. I love the significance of what they mean. And I just, obviously you took the time out to go do that. And it's like significant as like supermarket flowers. So, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really care about that too much, but that's little things like that.
That's dope. So a funny story that made me think of when I was a little kid, I went to a school where the children were predominantly white, right? And so they would get like these little Post-its in their lunch. Okay. And so I was like, Mom, you have to write me notes in my lunch. And I used to like help her out. Like I used to like bring her the paper, like write me a note.
Write me a special note. Here you go.
And put it. But that's interesting, right? Because like, even as children, like you know what you need. I mean, I think I just wanted it because the other kids had it, but something about it stood out to me, and it was like, I guess you identify like your love languages even as a small child.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. So when you said write you a note, that's the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah.
I was like, Mom,
I love stuff like that.
Put notes in my lunch.
I love stuff like that. There was one instance where he wrote it in my lipstick and he wrote it on the mirror, and I just thought it was the sweetest thing in the whole world. I thought it was the sweetest thing in the whole world. But we're gonna move on. Understood. Okay, my turn. If you could have lunch with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
If I could have lunch with anyone, dead or alive.
Ooh, this one makes her think. I love a question that she asked.
I'm stumped because in my mind,
off the top of the dome, she can't even. This question can't even.
And I'm seldomly lost for words. So
you can't pick anyone, dead or alive, that you would want to have lunch with.
No, I'm really stumped because in my mind, I'm like, okay, does it matter if it's like my grandfather who's no longer here, or like, is it like a celebrity, right?
Anybody you want. You could pick.
So in my mind, this is why I don't want anyone to see my thoughts, because you don't even want to know where my brain went when you asked me that. I don't know.
That's a good question. Ooh, I stumped her.
Yeah.
Well, somebody stumped her when they asked the question.
A big fact.
All right, so let it simmer. Let it simmer, and like maybe by the end of this, you might have an answer. Maybe.
Who wants to go to lunch with me? Drop it in the comments if you want to go to lunch,
because she ain't got no way to go to lunch.
I don't got no way to go to. I don't know. And you know what? I really feel like, I don't know. You know when you feel content, like you're living your best life. Like I feel like those who I have lost, I feel like I was able to say what I need to say.
Yeah, but I would assume that this
have enough time with them. So
the lunch could be easily like, I made you proud. I hope that you have you seen all the things I've done? Whatever. It doesn't have to be one of like, I miss you. It's just, hey, look what all the things I combined.
See why I want people to see my thoughts?
Yeah. So we'll get back to that. You're right.
I went straight to the dum.
No, you don't. It didn't have to be a sad. You could have lunch with somebody because you want to show them how much you've grown because of them, or how much they've affected your life. You want them to know. That's all. Could be. Oh God.
Look at me now.
Look at me now. Exactly.
Y'all guess.
What are those? Oh my God.
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be? Rub the lantern.
That is mad hard.
Come on, I'm the genie. Y'all, turn me blue. Come on. I'm the genie.
3 wishes. That's really hard. I obviously want infinite health for all my family and friends. Infinite health for sure. Like I just want
everyone. Are you a part of that?
Yes, for all my family, friends, and myself.
Okay.
So infinite health. Everyone be healthy, of mental and physical. That's right? Big. Because that's a big one. Because I know plenty of people who suffer from mental things that people don't see. Mm-hmm. And so I would want everybody to have that peace. So I would wish that for my family and friends for sure. It's so hard. This question is so hard. So infinite health, mental and thing, that's for sure. I want to say infinite wisdom, but like to know everything means that I don't get to experience it, right? Because then I wouldn't do that, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what makes it so hard. But I would love to be able to know or to just be wise enough to make the right decisions. But then in that place, then I lose the experience, right? So that's a big deal for me because
the opportunity for growth.
Yeah, because I know it all already. So, I'm gonna have to stop right there because I have no freaking clue. You know what? I'm lying. I want infinite money too. I want to be able to make dreams come true. I want to be able to make all my dreams come true, my son's dreams come true, my mom's dreams come true. Money. And you know what? Not because I want to buy Louis Vuittons and Gucci's and stuff, just because I want to make the world a better place in a way in which I could change lives. So yeah, I would want infinite money so that I can make a difference somehow by giving dreams a way to like happen for people. So those are the 3. I'll take that. Okay. But infinite wisdom, I'm iffy on because that kind of takes away from something that I would enjoy. So
or not enjoy, that transforms your life.
True. Very true. Yeah, exactly. So I guess those will be my 3 wishes. I wasn't gonna lie. I needed that money.
Well, you said you took back wisdom, but in your mind that would have been your first response.
Yeah.
Wisdom. Okay.
So like initially, like when you think about it, just off the top of the dome, because obviously we don't know what we're being asked, but yeah. But then I took it back, so it's like 2 wishes. So sorry.
Well, you still have a third whenever you get ready.
Yeah, I'll think about it. What do you think was the most pivotal thing that happened to you that changed your whole life?
So 2 experiences came to mind when you asked that question. And one of them would be my childhood, specifically when having to fully understand what empathy and understanding really looks like. And that was within my relationship between my father and I. So my father struggled with substance abuse my entire life. And so my relationship with him, it posed certain challenges. But at a certain point in my teenage years, I had to come to awareness of what it really meant to have an addiction and what it actually meant to have enough empathy and regard and understanding within you to not make it personal against you when someone else is experiencing a struggle. And that exact experience was what helped me through the second thought that came to my mind in terms of a pivotal. I think the first really bad breakup that I had, it allowed me to reshape the way I thought about it. Didn't make it hurt any less, but it allowed me to reshape the way I regarded or thought about the person and their own experience, why they would even hurt me like that in the first place. It kind of helped me to like not make it so personal. So I think the most pivotal experience that I can think of is I would name my relationship with my dad, and when I came to a place of empathy and understanding that I could then extend that in multiple areas of my life.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good one. Very, very good. And it's good to have identified it, to know that was what has made you what you are today. So that's a great growth.
And it certainly was not easy. And I have been able to tell my dad that.
That's great.
Because I think that's the one thing that every parent wants to hear or experiences for their child to say, even through your, and I don't want to use the word mistake, but
negative.
It's something that someone would identify as like, oh boy, did I like mess my kid up? I was able to say to him, had we not had that together, had you not been the first man that I loved, I would have never been able to extend this level of grace and empathy and understanding to another human being, not let alone a man, but to a person, period. So I think that was pivotal, and I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, your turn.
All righty. Let's lighten it up, y'all.
Please. I should not lighten it up, though.
What makes you feel the most alive? What makes you feel the most alive?
What makes me feel most alive? I think what has made me feel most alive is when all of my hard work is like I get to see it happen, like in real time, like all my dreams can come true type of thing. And like when I know that I worked so hard for this moment, it makes me feel like the adrenaline is so good. It makes me so happy, makes it so worth it. Late nights, multiple edits, like the things that are happening in my life right now, as much as it's on a professional level, of course, but I worked so hard for all these years to get to this moment. It makes me feel so good. And when I see my child prosper too, like knowing that every night we read, and now he can read graciously and it flows out of his mouth. It makes me feel so good. Like all my hard work is actually paying off. And eventually I'm hoping that all my hard work, for other aspects of my life will then say, look at what happens because I did all the work, right? I did all my mental work. I did all my work, right? To be the best version of myself for this moment. It'll just pay off. So
I love that.
For that, yeah, because the things that are happening right now make me feel like, wow, I worked so hard. Like this is really happening. I can't believe it.
So you feel alive, right?
Yeah. Like I feel at most peace or at most. Yeah, I feel
like you're optimal.
Yes, like I feel so good, like in the moment of what is happening right now and what has happened for us in the last couple months.
I'm glad I could be a part of it.
Yes.
So awesome. That is so awesome.
Okay, let's lighten it up. What is something you can't live without? This is a physical thing, though. This is physical. What is something you cannot live without? A physical thing, not a person. Because when the question came, it was very specific. Not a person, a thing, a physical thing.
Some people in my life would say it would be coffee, but I don't think
that was my answer. I thought you were gonna be like, I cannot.
I can't live without coffee. I choose not to.
Mine is my phone. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm straight problem.
Yeah, if I'm keeping it light, it would probably be coffee, only because coffee just makes me feel good. Like it makes me. I love the soothing effect of something hot in the morning, and I love the let's go adrenaline rush of caffeine. But if I cannot have it, I'll be okay. I don't think that I operate the same without it though. So maybe maybe it's coffee, right? Yeah. I don't wish to subscribe to the idea of being addicted to caffeine or whatever. Exactly. But yeah, like on vacation, I will literally walk to the nearest Starbucks, or I'm looking for the coffee machine in the morning. I don't even if I wake up late,
I still need it.
I still want it. So even in our cup, right? Some may say, "What is she drinking here?" Iced coffee with a straw.
Iced coffee. There's just no way I'm living my life without it.
Yeah, and then I just think it's almost like a little bit of like a mood stabilizer. It just makes me,
even if it's a placebo effect at this point, because I've drunk coffee for so long. Like even if it's a placebo effect, I don't really care.
I know some people.
In my mind, it makes me feel better.
Some people drink decaf just because you still want the taste and the sensation of coffee,
but the caffeine they would rather do without.
Right. Well, sometimes when you no longer get the effects of caffeine,
that's true.
Switch up. You trick your body.
That's true though, because I could definitely drink coffee and take a whole nap. It wouldn't even affect me.
It does not keep me up either.
It does not keep me up. I could just go to sleep. Like, don't play with me. You want to take a nap? Let's go.
But I definitely just feel like,
but
let's go.
Feel
like I feel ready for the day when I have my cup of coffee.
I feel like I could bust these emails out. Let me get this done. I do feel very energetic at that point.
But if I had to be deep, the one thing I can't live without is the sun. I could never live in like some of these rainy states where it just rain. Oh God, I'd be a mess.
See, seasonal depression is a thing, babe. Like when the sun is not out, that's totally.
I struggled with it for years.
Yeah, that's totally a thing. So
that's gonna be a whole episode, y'all. We're gonna talk about how to beat that.
Facts.
That's a whole thing.
Facts.
Do you like sentimental gifts, or would you rather a gift with a practical purpose, or something that you actually need?
A sentimental gift.
Really?
Hands down, sentimental gift.
Over like, you need a laptop or you need something to function.
I mean, I feel as if like there are certain gifts that are practical and sentimental, right? So for example, if my loved one would to buy me something that I need, it was because he sentimentally, he thought of me in that way. I get it. But
excuse me, he or she, because I am a loved one.
Yes, he or she. But I would rather, I could buy it myself.
Oh, yeah.
I could buy my practical gifts myself. I want a gift that you actually saw it.
Let me know you thought about
me. And you literally were like, this is Lex, hands down. And whatever. Like, write me a card and write your feelings in it. You could handwrite me stuff. And I will feel as if, like, that shit was worth $1 million. Mm-hmm. So I could buy the practical things myself and the things that I need. Would I think that you didn't think of me, blah, 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 because, you know, I needed a laptop and what, like, I get it. Like, I get the fact that you thought of me.
But you would rather the card over the...
Hands down, would rather the card. I know it's so weird. But
no, I think that's dope. I personally try to do a little bit of both.
Yeah, I was going to say, because it could mean both though, right? So like, if you knew I needed something and I was unable to get it, then yes, fine.
You definitely also like, oh, I was in Sephora and I saw this like...
I love stuff like that.
This jade roller and I thought of like it.
I love because I love skincare. So if you ever did that, you'd be like, I know you love skincare.
But that's a practical gift.
It's a practical gift, but when you saw it, you didn't think, oh, she needs it. Oh, I want to get it for her. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's very different.
That's fair.
But yeah, I'm in love with the sentimental stuff. The stuff that touches my heart. The stuff that I keep in a box and I look at it from 10 years and be like, I can't believe you wrote this for me. It's beautiful. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah. I used to keep movie tickets and stuff. That's my thing. I used to keep movie tickets from dates that we went on. I used to keep cards that they would make me and write in. I used to keep, this is so corny. The flowers that they used to get me or whatever, for one of my relationships, we were together for like 5 years. He would buy me flowers. And what I did was when they died, I would take the flowers, like the petals off, and I put them in a Ziploc bag and flatten them down and then write the dates of when he bought them for me. And I kept them for so long until I threw them out. But I kept them for so long and I would keep those. Because that's the stuff that makes me all gooey.
My mom is like that. And I'm like, throw this out. Like, no, if you buy her a card that she really loves, she puts it, like literally she will go and get it framed.
Yeah. It's just because it's like, that stuff is, you can never buy that again. I could buy the practical gift again.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. All right, next on the list for you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Who is your role model?
My mom.
Aww.
My mom is definitely, I remember when I was a teenager and when I would be having a hard time or a rough week or a rough day, I always say, what would my mom do? My mom is probably the greatest example for me of what it means to just get up in the morning and despite how you feel to do it anyway. She is one of the most consistent people I know in terms of the basics, right? I mean, all throughout our lives, even as adults, you know, things like making breakfast in the morning and making sure, like, she wants to know that you had like a good meal to start your day. Like, those things still matter to her, even though she has 3 adult children. If someone needed something of her, she is going to, her integrity is impeccable. And even in the moments when I know for a fact it was the hardest for her to get up every day and function, she still did.
Yeah.
And so for me, I intend to live that way. And I remember even, as a young, growing up as a teenager, young adult, always saying, okay, what would my mom do in this situation? Because there's moments when you want to just completely give up. I've never seen that woman give up.
Yeah.
On anything.
Mm-hmm.
On anything.
Yeah.
On anything.
Yeah. I'd have to say my mom too. Like definitely one of the strongest people I ever know. So
yeah.
That's great. That's a good one.
Yeah.
We both have the same role model. Our moms.
Yeah.
Indeed. For sure. All right.
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Teleportation.
Why?
That was instant. I don't even need to think about
Why?
it. Teleportation. I hate the travel part of everything. You know how good it would feel if I was like, "Hey, Lynn, you want to go to Puerto Rico real quick? All right, bing, and we're there." Oh, that would be so great.
So maybe that's your third wish.
That's right.
That's her third wish,
there
y'all.
you go. The power to be like, bing, and be anywhere in the world.
But just because
take anybody with me.
I was gonna say because
but once you touch somebody, you'll be able to teleport.
So it's like Peter Pan, like you touch me and then I can fly.
And then you can fly. Yeah, exactly. I gave you the power with me. Hands down, that would be my superpower.
That would freak me out.
Oh, no. Think about the travel part of things. As much as it's so exciting to get on an airplane, blah blah. No, I would love teleportation. I could be anywhere. I can go to work, bing. I could go to vacation, bing. I could be at Mason's school, bing. And I could just be anywhere I want.
Interesting.
And don't have to travel nowhere. Don't got to get in the car. If I don't want to, is what I'm saying. Like, if I don't want to, I don't need to. I could just teleport us there. You want to go on vacation? Let's go.
I do want to go on
vacation. Be at the house in 5 minutes. And then, bing. You got to travel because you don't have teleportation.
No.
But once you get here,
but you gave me the power too, so you just think it, and I'm here.
No, I don't know if I could. I don't think that's how the superpower works.
Wait, there goes my teleport.
I don't think that's how it works, but okay.
I'm okay.
Okay, next question. What is the first thing you notice about people when you meet them?
That's interesting. I think their teeth.
I think physical. Let's do physical, and then I guess you could do like an aura or energy that you get from people.
Yeah.
But so physically, what would be
probably your teeth
for sure?
I think teeth is the first thing that I notice.
Okay, and then maybe like an aura or energy. Do you get the vibes? Instantly?
Not instantly. Usually once they start talking, and I'm in like observation mode. But if I'm walking up on someone, the first thing that I notice generally is their teeth, provided that we're having a conversation or they're smiling.
Yeah.
Okay. I do think that if someone's not talking, like if you're passing someone on the street though, you observe oftentimes like an energy. Like if it's a child, you observe a joy or or like I don't know, like depending upon what they're doing, or even like if there's someone, like sometimes you can feel like sadness or heaviness, and you have like it kind of like you sense that and you almost feel it, for the person. So I would say physical attributes, it would be teeth.
Yeah, me too.
I have a feet thing, so if their feet are out,
you look down to completely
hands down. I'm one of those people. If you post a picture and your feet are showing, I'm scrolling in, and I don't know anybody.
Huh, that's interesting.
Anybody. So just know that. Yeah, I have a foot thing. So if your feet are out,
then you're looking.
I'm looking.
You're definitely hands down.
I'm looking.
My mom used to always tell me. She used to always be like, "Your hand. If you're gonna show them, they need to be at
your hands,
my hands and my feet. If they are showing, right? Like if I don't have gloves on, if I don't have sandals on, they need to be up to par because it significantly tells the other person who is watching you how much you take care of yourself."
Yeah.
I had no idea until I started looking at people and I was like, oh, he has dirt under his nails or
oh my God.
Stuff like that. I enjoy. This is why I enjoy a man who manscapes and takes care of himself in that way. We can get pedicures together, get you a manicure, because the way you take care of yourself, it literally makes me feel like, oh yeah, like that. You know what I'm saying? So I do the same.
And even if you don't go physically to a place, like make sure your nails are cut.
Yeah, you can clean yourself. Yeah, but overall, I do look at that stuff too, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I definitely get an aura. I'm definitely one of those
before they speak
aura. Sometimes I don't even need it. They could be interacting with somebody else and I could completely.
But they're speaking if they're interacting, though.
You could be shrugging. You could be, like you could just be sitting there. Think about it. She could just be sitting there listening to you. She could be rolling her eyes. She could have a body language about this. There's an aura about somebody that I, for some reason, can definitely tell. Like most of the time, I can definitely tell. And then sometimes it's a complete facade. They're nervous or they're shy or whatever. You know what I mean? And then they open their mouths, they have a conversation, and then I'm like, oh, okay. But the aura is still the same. It's just I got that initial aura from you. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question. What was the one lesson you wished you learned sooner? One lesson you wished you learned sooner.
I think that the one thing I wish I would have learned sooner was to not strive for the perfection that I have been in my whole entire life. I planned my entire life. Like I probably have said that before, but I wish I would have not planned every single aspect of my life and lived more in the moment of things. So the lesson would have been to live in the moment more than planning my entire life because it had to look a certain way. And that is a whole different episode, obviously, about how I put the pressure on myself. It wasn't something that was given to me. Nobody made me do that. But that stems from like me wanting to like literally make my mom the proudest that she's ever could ever be in the whole world. So I put that on myself. So the lesson would have been, let's not strive for perfection. Do your very best. Live in the moment. Go enjoy your life. Like, don't kill yourself to be this perfect person because it is exhausting and it will make you tired. And so had I known that just sooner, I probably would have, kind of given myself some grace when things didn't go as according to plan. Right?
That's powerful.
Yeah, it's a whole nother episode though.
Perfect doesn't exist.
Perfection doesn't exist.
Episode coming
soon. Okay, last question for you. You ready? What is your number one love language and how do you think it has changed over the years?
Interesting. So I mentioned when I was a kid, telling my mom to write notes in my lunchbox. And I think even then, before the 5 Life, it obviously always existed, but before it was a public thing in a book, I think affirmation is probably my primary love language because even now I'm discovering about myself, there's a yearning to know you're doing a good job, that you're doing enough, that you are enough. And yes, we tell ourselves those things and we do positive affirmations and, we read scripture or whatever your personal practice is to, affirm yourself and to ensure that these things. But it matters to me that the people closest to me, that my closest friends and loved ones and anyone who I'm engaging with on an intimate level, right? So anything beyond like the workplace, and even in the workplace, you want to know that you're satisfied, that you're meeting the
great
need.
Work, good job,
yeah.
Thank you.
And it's not, I don't need the pat on the back. It's more or less the affirmation that I'm serving the purpose
I'm an asset.
That I'm intending. Correct. That I'm an asset, right? So even if I'm serving a client, hearing that they're pleased with the outcome of what we set out to do, not just to pat me on the back, but to know that I'm serving the purpose. And that even in the moments when, because then, for example, sometimes we have to have the hard conversations, understanding that it's not that I don't love you, but I need you to know that this is not acceptable, or I need you to pull up here, or I'm going to hold you accountable on this bad habit, but this doesn't change, my love.
Yes.
So I would say definitely words of affirmation. And I think that it's always been that since childhood, but I think how it has changed is that now that I've come to know my purpose, it's not just tell me you love me in my lunchbox. It's thank you for having my back. It's I see you, and
yeah.
it's definitely, it's definitely evolved.
Yeah,
in that way.
That's definitely my love language too.
This was fun.
This definitely was fun. I enjoyed it so much. Thank you guys so much for all of your questions. We appreciate it so much and for supporting us. I hope you enjoyed this episode of 21 Risky Questions. This was very enlightening, and I hope you learned something about us today that you didn't know before.
Yeah.
All of our weird things. And thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate it so much. And
share.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.